parasites in the food. If you eat, 9 times out of 10, you have parasites. I did not have a conversation about parasites before I started with this tea. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I have something that I really love to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it to you guys because it's something that I'm very passionate about. I know I made my first video about the NutriBurst um, vitamin, the liquid vitamin that Total Life Changes carries, but today I want to talk to you about the product that took us to a whole nother atmosphere in the company. So today I want to talk to you guys about the Iaso Detox Tea. Some people call it Iaso Detox Tea. Some people call it Lasso Detox Tea. Some people call it Iaso. I mean, I've heard it pronounced all different kinds of ways, but it is Iaso or Iaso Detox Tea. And I want to talk to you mostly, guys, about the original detox tea because number one, that was the product that sent our company over and beyond anything that we could hope, dream, or imagine. That was the product that first catapulted the company into a whole nother realm, as I said. So guys, before I get started talking about this amazing product, our Iaso Detox Tea, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, and hit that bell so that you never miss a video or a live stream from me. Okay, so guys, the Iaso Detox Tea, the original tea, is a tea that people used to go so far as to call it a holy tea or a miracle tea. People absolutely went nuts over this tea. Now, before I start talking about people's testimonies, before I get into all of the things that have been attributed to the tea, let me just say this. I do not make medical claims, not at all. I am going to share with you information that you can yourself research, meaning the ingredients of the tea. You can research them just like I did. I don't make medical claims. I don't claim that any of these products or the product that I'm talking about today cures, mitigates, or treats any disease or illness. I will always tell you to go and talk to your doctor. If you try it, go to your doctor and get evaluated. Or like I did with my mom, I sent all the information about the Gano, the coffee, and the tea to her or with her to her doctor's appointment and let her doctor look it over while she was at her appointment. So, guys, again, I don't make any medical claims, but I will share with you some testimonials today. I will share with you my testimonial, my mother's testimonial, my husband's testimonial, and a few other people. Let's dive in to the tea. Okay. The Iaso Detox Tea is all natural. It is 9 organic herbs. There is no caffeine in our tea whatsoever. None. Zero. No caffeine. No jitters. You can drink it hot or cold. It makes a gallon. One pack has 2 tea bags. So one pack has 2 tea bags. It makes a full gallon that will last you 7 days if you are drinking it alone. So, and if you are taking it as directed. Now, the tea is 100% at its purest form, that it actually has a halal symbol on the bag. That means it's at its purest form. So if you have a kosher diet or any diet that requires that you only have something that is pure, the Iaso Detox Tea is still available for you. It is still within your scope of diets. Holy thistle, blessed thistle, papaya, myrrh, ginger, chamomile, marshmallow leaves, persimmon leaves, and I think I got them all. That was it. Yeah. So again, it was holy thistle, blessed thistle, marshmallow leaves, papaya, persimmon leaves, ginger, chamomile, and myrrh. Okay? Those are the 9 herbs in this tea. They're all natural, okay? So, if you were to break down each one of those herbs and look at the benefits that they carry so many different benefits. Now, that's not says me, that says science. Science says that if you introduce these particular herbs into your body, that you are more than likely, because everybody is different, to have a certain reaction because they are known to interact with the body in certain ways. So some of those things in there, you might have mentioned, you might have heard the chamomile. If you're looking at chamomile and you say, well, what are the attributes to chamomile? Some of them are is going to help you to sleep. Some of them it's going to help with digestion. Some is helping with calming. Some helps with inflammation. So if you looked at every single one of those ingredients, each one of them has a certain thing that it goes within the into the body, and it works on. I should say. So again, if you are like me, you can break each one of those down and go and look at a reputable site, not a site that's trying to sell you myrrh. You would go to a medical site or a scientific site that has done studies on these particular ingredients and break it down and look at it and write down the things that it has been attributed to helping. So that when I originally heard about the detox tea, that is what I was listening to, because I heard things like it has been known to help with blood pressure, lowering blood pressure or regulating blood pressure. It has been known to help to detox the skin, to pull impurities out of the skin. It has been known to, and that is how it's worded. If you look at scientific or medical information about these herbs, it will say it has been known or it has been studied, and it has been found to have it in this case study. So if you're looking at case studies, you will see the effects or the response that people had to these certain herbs when being introduced into the diet. So with that being said, I'll just tell you that we have had testimonies. Well, let me start with my personal testimony. My personal testimony with the tea was that it helped me to regulate my digestive system. What do I mean by that? So when I was younger, all the way from the time I was a little girl, from as far back as I can remember, to the time I was pregnant with my first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth child, I suffered with constipation. Not the kind of constipation that made me uncomfortable or made me feel like I was crippled, like I couldn't, function normally. I actually thought it was normal. So I was one of those people who only had a bowel movement twice in 7 days, twice a week. And I thought that was normal. And it wasn't until I started to research that I found out that that is not normal. That is not normal at all. Not at all. And it would stand to reason that if you're eating every day, you should be eliminating every day, right? Most people understand that, but I had not had that conversation. No one was talking about that. And it was only a problem if you were having like stomach issues where you were cramping or hurting, and then someone would say, oh, you might be constipated. And so, guys, when I was introduced to the Iaso Detox tea, and when I first took it in, it was like a spiritual experience to actually go to the bathroom and release waste from your body. And actually I felt different, and I cannot describe it. And this has been the response to most people who have had an experience like me. You can't really describe it. You just feel lighter, and I imagine you feel lighter literally but you just feel lighter in your spirit, in your body. It's a very, very, very strange feeling. And so once you have that feeling, it's hard to go back the other way, because you understand that now you have moved into a state of normalcy, which means like I knew now that I should be going to the bathroom at least once a day. And so I actually got up to going 3 times a day when I knew, oh my goodness, this is something amazing. So it's not a weight loss tea, but people have lost significant amounts of weight drinking the tea, while drinking the tea, I should say. I won't say exclusively it was a tea, but I know that some of the attributes of the tea causes the body to circulate blood better, the oxygen in the blood, which helps with um, other functions of the body. Some of it sped up the metabolism of some people. Some people just being cleaned out help their bodies to burn calories faster, and so they were able to not only release waste, but also their bodies were able to function normally enough to help them to burn fat even after their metabolism has slowed down. So that was fascinating. I thought when I started to study all the attributes of the tea and the herbs, I should say, of the tea. So it's not a weight loss tea, as I said, but when I started drinking the tea, it was after obviously I had a baby. I have 11 children. So, but with each pregnancy, I would go up and then I would come down, but I would never go all the way back down. So if you can imagine starting with my first child at 110, by the time I gave birth, I was 125. I think I got back down to 115, 120. Then I started at 120, 125 with my second child, got up to maybe 130, came back down to maybe 125. So then by the time I had my next pregnancy, I was already starting at 130, get all the way up to 160 with that pregnancy, have the baby, come back down to 140. So you can see I was inching up every time I would have a baby. And also, guys, what I did not know is what I had all this accumulated waste within my intestines with each pregnancy. Because if you've ever been pregnant or know somebody who's pregnant, a lot of the times one of the problems with pregnancy is constipation. So I'm saying all this to say that by the time I started taking the tea, I had been pregnant several times, and I had a lot of waste in my body. And also, what I did not know, guys, was I had a lot of parasites, which the tea or the herbs in the tea have been attributed to eliminating parasites out of the body. Okay, parasites and toxins. So that is why it's called a detox tea. So people who might be looking at this video saying, well, Brandy, I'm already regular. I go, 3 times a day. It's not just about that. You have toxins in your water. You have toxins in your food. You have toxins when you breathe. There are toxins in the air. Now, they tell you, don't look, don't look. But of course, you always look. You have to look. You want to know if you had parasites. So I looked, and sure enough, there were parasites in the toilet, and better out than in. Okay, so guys, this tea brought up so many different conversations that people were not having. And I think that is part of the success of the tea, the reason that people really gravitate toward this tea. And I'm just talking about the original detox tea, guys. People went crazy when the word got out. It was 2000, I believe it was 2014 going into 15 that the tea went viral. And I mean, we could not keep it in stock. The company literally had to take it off of the websites, because it was not enough to just say out of stock on the website. They had to take it off. They had to take the whole picture, the price. They had to take everything off because we were on back order for, I want to say, like 6 weeks, which seemed like an eternity because people were looking for this tea in the daytime with a flashlight. It was crazy. It seemed like a whirlwind. And so it was that good because we were having these conversations and people were really coming into the understanding that, wow, I really need to be detoxing. Another good thing that was going on with the tea was people who had suffered with IBS D, IBS C were really, really having great results. People who had suffered with asthma for years were having some really, really great results with the tea. People who had suffered with migraines were having really great results. People who had struggled with joint pain and inflammation were really, really having some really great results. People who had been struggling to try to get those extra, like that swelling in the midsection, like me, we had some really, really great results where we saw our stomachs go from poking out to just kind of, going under the bus line. So, I mean, I have my before and after picture, which is on a couple of the videos. I'll add it into here. Guys, we had some great results with just the tea. I had a girlfriend who was in the company. She started with the tea and she has struggled for years to try to just have some regular, normal weight loss. And she said that she was able to release 43 pounds. 43 pounds. Guys, that is a lot of waste. We heard so many wonderful testimonies about people who walked with canes and after drinking the tea for 2 days, they were able to stop using their cane because the inflammation was gone. And they had been on anti-inflammatory drugs for years. And that's another thing. I gravitated toward the tea because of my mother, who I mentioned had a kidney transplant, and her kidneys were not filtering all the medication that she was taking over the years out of her body. And so I thought it was a great attribute of the tea because they talked about the tea having the ability to filter out pharmaceutical drugs as well as recreational drugs. Even smokers had testimonies that they did not want to smoke as much because the tea was detoxing some of the toxins out of their bodies. It was affecting their taste buds and all kinds of things. People didn't want to eat meat as much because it was drawing a lot of that out of them. And it's hard. And I had that effect too. When I started drinking the tea, I noticed that my meat intake went down almost immediately, and my sweets, I did not want donuts. I did not want chocolate. I did not want candy, period. I did not have a taste for it. It was such an amazing experience when I started drinking the original detox tea. It was helping people with blood pressure issues, people who were on a lot of blood pressure medication, as like my mother was. I started on the Ganoderma and the detox tea, the original Iaso Detox tea. There was no other tea when I first started with the company. It was only the Iaso Detox tea, the original, which was a brewed version. So since I'm talking about the brewed version, let me just describe to you how you prepare the tea. So, as I said, you get one bag, 2 tea bags, and it makes a gallon. So, what you do, you take a pot, you put it on the stove. You put 4 cups of water in that pot. You let that water boil. Once the water starts to boil, you take the tea bags, both tea bags, and you put it in the water. You stir it for about, I would say, like 5 to 10 seconds. You turn the heat off. Some people say remove it from the heat completely, but you turn the heat off and you put a lid on that pot and you let that sit for 4 to 6 hours. I let mine sit overnight. Now, while you're doing that, while you're waiting for your tea to steep, so while you're waiting for that, you take a pitcher container, any container, and you put 12 cups of water in that. That is going to make 3 quarts. You put that in the refrigerator because this tea is normally served cold. You can warm it up. My suggestion is if you warm it, don't put it in the microwave. Put it back on the stove. Put 8 ounces on the stove and just warm it up and pour it in your cup. So once you let that 4 cups that's on the stove steeping, once it sits overnight or 4 hours or 6 hours or however long you want to sit it, you mix that with the 3 quarts. That makes 1 gallon. You put that. You can take 8 ounces right away when you finish making it, preparing it. You take 8 ounces with 2 meals and 4 ounces with a snack. So that will last you 1 week if you take it that way. If you take 2 8-ounce glasses a day, no snacks, you will have a little bit left over if it's just you drinking it. But I will tell you this, if you are married, never just make 1 gallon or never just buy one 1 month supply. Buy 2 months supply because your husband will go in the refrigerator and drink your tea. And you will wonder, am I going crazy or am I drinking this tea faster than I'm supposed to? And then you'll watch your husband's stomach go down rapidly, and you'll wonder like, why is he losing weight so fast? Why is his stomach coming down? And guys, it's because he's in your tea. He's drinking your tea. He is in the tea. And then he'll say something like, "Oh, baby, you need to buy some more of that tea." And you'll just look at him with disgust. But but that's a good thing, ladies. That is a good thing if you can get your husband to detox his body, because when my husband detoxed, he was a happy camper. His stomach was coming down, he was more energetic, he had less inflammation in his body. There were just so many, he was eating less meat. There were so many different benefits to him drinking the tea. So as I was saying, I lost inches before I lost weight. I noticed I lost about 4 inches in my belly, which was phenomenal. So by the time my son turned, but my last son, so I was at 142 when I first got pregnant with him. By the time I had him, I was up to 167. I want to say 167, 168. After I had him, I nursed. My stomach went back down, but I began to eat because I went into a slight depression, and that was due to an evil report that was spoken over my son. And I started to eat, and I didn't notice until my husband mentioned. He said, "Man," he was like, "Man, babe, you're eating everything," and I'm not a big eater. Then when I started drinking the tea, he noticed my appetite decreased even more. So here I am, I'm like eating, 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 and I had not been taking the tea because I was nursing. So now I'm fast forwarding. I'm pretty much done with nursing, and I look up, guys, and I was at 187. I was almost 190 pounds on a 100-pound frame. So I'm like, okay, what am I doing here? So needless to say, I got the Get Fit kit, which is I got the Iaso Detox tea, the original. I got the NutriBurst vitamin, which I take every day anyway, and I got the NRG, okay, which is a fat burner. It's a fat burner, an energy booster. It's a appetite suppressant, and it is a mental clarity. So it has 5-HTP in it. Okay. I started taking those 3 products together. The tea started to clean me out. I was getting a lot of that undigested food out of my system. I was able to just release, like I said, a lot of undigested food from my upper and lower intestines. And I just felt better. The fat burner, I started feeling that. The vitamin, like I said, I never leave home without it, so I was getting that energy already. But the NRG gave me more energy, so I was up and about, more active. So needless to say, I did come down drastically. I lost 42 pounds total, and I lost like 7 or 8 inches. It was very drastic. So, as I said, the picture is up, and I'll post it with this video. One more thing about this tea: people who had allergies, like my husband. When I say my husband had allergies, that is an understatement. My husband had allergies. He was the whole, you know, all the time, tissue, Claritin, sneezing, red eyes. It was just ridiculous. We would spend a fortune in just Claritin. Once he started drinking the tea, at first we didn't notice. It was like, because nobody had mentioned it, and so, but we didn't notice that he was not popping Claritins like Pez. We didn't notice at first that he was not popping Claritin every day. And we knew that the only thing that had changed in his diet was he started drinking that tea. He was releasing waste, he was releasing toxins, and for whatever reason, that tea helped him to clear his allergies. And so that was a blessing in and of itself. The tea paid for itself with that alone, because if you take Claritin, you know it's not inexpensive. That was amazing in and of itself. So, guys, we had people who had migraine headaches, who had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, joint pain, inflammation, acne. People skin was clearing up. People who had candida, which is a yeast condition. It was helping to detox all of that stuff. People who had drugs and pharmaceutical and recreational drugs. They were using it to detox their system. And the tea was designed to just help your body to do what your body knows to do already. So your body knows to heal itself, to fix itself. And that's why people were calling this the miracle tea, because it was really going in there and helping people to get back on track. It was kind of like a restart. And that's another reason that I would always tell women who would come to me who wanted to lose weight. And they would say, what product should I start with first? I would tell them to start with the Iaso Detox tea, because you always want to detox your body as much as you can before you start, even with the while you're starting with the exercise, and even if you start with a new meal plan. But if you're going to use all natural products to help you to start your weight loss journey, I would absolutely recommend the Iaso Detox tea to start. I mean, I would just not recommend anything else to start your weight loss journey. This product is one that I highly recommend. Now, quickly, we have 4 different versions of this tea. We have the original brewed, which I just discussed in great length. We have the original instant, which is you just put in a bottle, you shake it and go, and that is the closest version to the original tea. All right. Then we have a lemon CBD version. We have a raspberry with CBD. All right. Those are all instant. So we have one original brewed and then 3 instant teas. Now, based on what you want to do, I would make different recommendations. And I will say this with a straight face. All our products, okay, they have 100% money back guarantee. And this is the thing about some of these, about the 3 instant teas. Some people swear by the original instant tea. They go, oh, that's it. It helps me. Outside of the original tea. Okay. People say, I swear by it. That's the best. It gives me an almost instant release of waste. Some people say within 4 hours they are going to the bathroom. Okay, because it has a dietary fiber in it. Okay, that also helps you to feel full, so that you're not eating as much. So it kind of suppresses the appetite a little bit. Then the original detox instant with CBD, that has a little of the THC in it, which has a calming effect. People like to take it at night. Some people like to take it hot. Some people say that gets them right, meaning it has them going to the bathroom on a regular basis. It calms them, it relaxes them, and they feel great throughout the day. Some people take it in the morning, some people take it at night to help them sleep and relax. Some people, that is their favorite. They will not take another type of tea. Then you have the raspberry, which has 0% THC in it. And people love that one. They say that one does a great job. It helps me in so many different ways, and I don't want to take another tea. I have literally had a customer who I went through the first detox tea. She said, "Oh no, that didn't work for me." I went through the next detox tea. She said, "Oh no, that didn't do it." I went to the next one. "Oh no, no, that didn't do it." And now again, we have the 30-day money back guarantee, right? So she can do this. She can go through every single tea. It was not until we got to the last detox tea, which was the one with the CBD, the lemon, that she was like, "Oh, whew, thank you, Brandy. This was the one. This helped. This was the one that worked for me." So everybody's system is different. And so I would just suggest to you that you talk to whoever is your TLC life changer. Talk to your life changer about your body, who you are, and let them give you a recommendation. Hopefully, they're knowledgeable enough with the different teas to help you to get the correct tea. Now, if you get the tea that didn't work for you, do not hesitate to try another tea, because they will assist you in sending the residue of what you had back, and you can order the new tea. 100% money back guarantee, guys. So I don't have much else to say about the detox teas, guys. I think I've covered mostly everything. But if for whatever reason you have any question, I have not covered something about this tea, I think I did a pretty thorough job. But I love when you guys leave comments. So leave a comment, leave a question. I will get back to you as soon as possible. I check my YouTube interactions pretty often through the day. I get notifications, obviously, on my phone. So, guys, again, this has been Brandy Thomas. Do me a huge favor, if you have not already, subscribe and click that notification button so that you never miss a video or a live event. Also, like or give me a thumbs down if you think I could do something better. Either way, it's I'm here for you. So I want to get your feedback. If you give me a thumbs down, please leave a comment. If you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Okay. So guys, this has been your girl Brandy Thomas. I love you. God loves you, and have a wonderful day. Until next time. Bye.